So we got the idea. But in the TSC, we always like to talk about and be real about the barriers. So Kate's got a really good question. It has a few kind of elements in it. And I think a few people will be experiencing similar barriers. So I think it's a really good one to talk through. And so Kate says, "Hi, Glenn and legends." I love that. Unlike food, with which I have always had a dreadfully painful and unhealthy relationship with, I really enjoy exercise. My regular routine includes horse riding 5 to 7 times a week, mostly dressage, which requires a lot more than sitting atop a horse and being taken for a ride. It also includes a lot of collateral energy expenditure, walking out to catch the horse, saddle up, unsaddle, bath the horse, etc., etc. In fact, it's usually about 3 hours of quite intense activity every time I ride. In addition, I do 3 1-hour personal training sessions at the gym, play tennis once a week for a couple of hours, and do dance fit class once a week. That's what I like to do. But at 60, with many chronic health issues, including significant heart issues and ongoing stable angina, I often find I can't do what I want to do. Despite all this exercise, all this movement, I am morbidly obese. I really struggle when something stops me exercising, and I tend to get depressed and of course eat all the sugary comfort foods. I guess my question is, how can I maintain the joy of movement while I'm injured or sick? Thanks very much, Kate. So this is a brilliant question, Kate. Very real as always, and I love it. I'm going to answer the questions you've asked, and also maybe some of the questions that you have but haven't asked, or that people who are in this situation might have. So, firstly, and I can see you there, Kate. First thing I think when I read this email is, well done. I'm a bit younger than you, as we know, and I don't do that amount of exercise, no way. And you've been you've been a member of this group for quite a while now and supporting everyone. And I think it'd be nice just to hear in the chat box what other people think about that level of physical activity, because I think that's pretty darn active. If I could be, as I said, Kate is smashing it. Margaret said full on. Intense. That's a lot. Well done. Amazing. So you first thing is, before we get to solving some of the problems, please take all of our congratulations, because when you write it down like that, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Secondly, I'm not sure about this, but it seems as though there was that statement about, despite all of this, I'm still morbidly obese. There's part of you in there, possibly, at least part of this is we might be falling into the, if I don't lose weight, exercise doesn't count sort of trap. If I don't lose weight, the exercise isn't as important. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but I do know that's something that a lot of us fall into, and we're going to cover that in the next webinar in a ton of detail, because I think that might be a little mental block that's partly going on. The third thing is that sometimes I think it is about embracing the process of getting back to doing what you love. I think that when you're beyond 30, rehab and increasingly prehab, where you do like your physio, your strengthening, your stretching exercises, your body management, become the way I describe it is part of the exercise. Your rehab, your prehab actually become part of your exercise routine. So that is one thing that I would suggest. If you're feeling as though you're not as fit as you used to be, or you're getting older, and this is for you, Kate, and for anyone else, is to actually consider the rehab, the injuries, and even the prehab, doing those exercises, the strengthening, the physio exercises, the yoga, whatever it is, actually part of the routine. It kind of reminds me of I had, when I went to get shoulder surgery, I was just debating whether to do it or not with my surgeon. And it was so funny. My surgeon and I were having this very professional conversation. And then I said to him, because I was sort of on the edge, I didn't really need to do it if I was just to move around. But if I wanted to do my martial arts, then I kind of had to do the surgery. And when I told him about the martial arts, turns out this guy's like a full-on martial artist. He ended up like pulling me over to his computer and showing me him doing kung fu. And then he was sold. He's like, Glenn, guys like us, we have to do this forever. So it was just like, it just made me feel like, oh, this actually isn't some terrible setback. This is just part of life that happens. And I can embrace that process of healing my body until I get back to doing what I love. And also, if Nick could put up, I've got a good YouTube video. It's on the Weight Management Psychology website under free videos. It's called Use Your Mind to Heal Your Body. I talk about the psychology of recovering from injury. And there's a really cool little healing meditation that I do with you that you can use to it's actually scientifically proven to help you heal quicker, which is super duper cool. And I actually talk you through it. So you can literally just put the video to whatever time it is. It's got it on the video. I think it's 8 minutes and 12. If I'm right, that's a great memory. And you just put it on and listen to it. And then it's a really simple one, so you can do it by yourself whenever you want. So that would be one thing, is consider the ups and downs, the rehab, the prehab part of the movement. The other thing is that it is sometimes, it's partly, there has to be an element of acceptance as well. And I think that we can, and I'd love to hear anybody who has come to a level of acceptance of what their body can't do as they've gotten older, or as they've had injuries or specific things. I know from my personal experience, I'm a bit younger than most of my clients. But I think when I love the martial arts, and when I go to like watch my friends and the guys I train with do martial arts fights, do I want to do that? Hell yes, I do. Could I do it? Yes, I could. Would it destroy my body at 38? Yes, it would. I have some of my martial arts friends tell me that it won't, but they like are injured. Like one of them had, like, his surgeon gives him a discount, So I've decided for me that it's just not what I want to do. Does it mean that there's a part of me that part of me that wants to do it goes away? No, but it does mean that I have to embrace that. And hopefully, God willing, I'll be able to do this into my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. But I have to accept that my body is going to change. And while I will improve at some things I won't be able to do forever. So I think that an element of acceptance comes. And there was a comment there about, someone made a comment a bit back about, making sure we don't do too much. And I think that when we don't have that level of acceptance, then we start to actually overdo it more and more. And look, I'm a perfect example. I won't keep talking about me all day, but I had just the best weekend of exercise. I went for the longest run I've been in ages, 10Ks. And then I did 20 rounds at my martial arts gym. So 23-minute rounds. Felt really, really good. And then I've had the most splitting headache Monday, Tuesday, and a little bit today, because of that. That's my body going, hey, hold up. This is too much here. So, and I think that the relationship is like one-to-one. So I need to learn from that. Go, okay, let's just take things nice and slowly.